What's up, y'all? This is Major Keys with a beat making video. Just going to show y'all how I took one sample and made two beats, two completely different beats out of it, just basically using the same chops. Just some background real fast. I was talking with a friend the other day, and we were discussing the beat making process, especially with sampling, on how somebody could take one song, take different parts out, and basically create a musical collage and just makes a totally different sound. So also what I like about sampling is it helps you appreciate the music that was made back then. Because they didn't have really the access that we have now. Like back then, they didn't have access to 20,000 sounds with the click of a button. They had that band that would come in the studio. Everybody had to be there on time. Everybody had to be sober. Everybody had to play from beginning to end. Sometimes everybody had to play perfect and be on cue. And it just basically just helps you appreciate that song just a little bit better if you really know what kind of work that they done. So right now I'm just going to play the sample real fast just to show you what I'm working with. Alright, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm not gonna play the whole song. I did speed up the tempo a little bit. As you can see here, I didn't really chop it up too much. Just wanted to use just some main parts out of there. And also, let's see how these chops are sounding just real fast. Now, as you can see, you can't treat every sample the same. Some samples you may have to chop it up starting on the kick. Some you may have to chop it up starting on the snare, sometimes the vocal, or some other instrument within that sample. So in this case, I had to kind of do all three, just the way it was just set up. But that's just the way the song is. So and anytime I do that, sometimes samples get filtered out, especially like the low end or mid range. So I like to add a few more sounds of those same exact instruments to help fill out the sound and give it a warmer sound and seem like everyone is playing as one. Actually, my aim sometimes is to actually make it sound like it's not even a sample half of the time. Sometimes you can't help it. All right, so I had that chopped up. Let me just turn this panels all the way left real fast. And what are we doing now? We're gonna, I guess, play the beat and see how it sounds. All right, that's just basically what the beat sounds like, and just real fast, up and coming producers, especially the ones that want to sample. Now, sometimes when you're sampling, like I said, they were playing they were playing by ear most of the time back then. Everybody playing at the same time, so not every snare or every kick is going to be perfect right on beat with your metronome that you have here. Sometimes it's going to sound off beat. And if you actually mute out the sample, sometimes the drums just sound crazy, like you wouldn't even use it. But once you put that sample back in, everything comes together. So that just shows you that, not everything is going to sound perfect, which is also a plus because it helps give it that human feel. And that applies, I guess, to songs that you like that you just nod your head a different kind of way, what is not on beat all the time. So that's basically what that consists of with samples. Other than that, it could be like some really good compression techniques that your engineer may be using. So that's it for this part of the video. Just stay tuned for a few more seconds. I'm going to bring the sample back up using the same chops and then play a completely different beat for you. So as you can see here on my playlist, I don't use everything here, so I'm not perfect at FL Studio. I know there's people that know the shortcuts ins and out. If you do feel like something I could have done a little better, just drop a comment below. We're all here to help each other, and just stay tuned real fast. All right, peace. All right, y'all. Here's the second installment. Once again, just using that same exact sample, using the same chops as you see here, and just making something completely different out of it. Let me just open up the sample real fast. I'm not even finished chopping this sample. I only chopped really the first 30 or 40 seconds, if that, made two completely different beats, and I still have a good 2 more minutes of music I can actually chop up and make something else out of it. So when it's all said and done, I may end up making 4 beats out of this sample right here. So I'm gonna just play the sample again just to show you that it is the same exact sample. So here we go. Let me start it from the beginning real fast. Alright, so I'm not going to play the whole song again. Let me just show you real fast. As you can see at the bottom, I chopped it up even less. And if you can hear it, I actually sped up the tempo even more on this version. So this beat right here, before I play it, actually has like more of a club sound to it. So I just like to flip the sample different ways each time, giving it a different sound just for a different artist. And it also just helps me in my craft, just bettering myself, so it don't take as long to chop a sample up and come up with something, especially in today's age where some people need something right on the spot. So it's good practice, and practice makes perfect. So I know you see some producers out here that can probably chop a sample up in just a couple of minutes and have a really nice sounding beat, and people think that some of them, well, yeah, they have a gift, but sometimes you don't realize it took years and years and years of them chopping up samples, doing it over and over and over to get to the point to where they can do it at the snap of a finger. All right, so I already played the sample, showed you it's the same chops, the first 20 seconds of the beat, and I'm gonna just play this beat real fast and just show you how I done it. All right, there we go with the beat. And I know some of you probably looking to the left of the screen wondering why I have so many patterns. Well, first, most of the beats I would have, just depending on how fast I have them, I would have like four just main or master. I like to call them master patterns, to where everything that I build in the beat is going to be built off of these four patterns here. So some may have an extra kick somewhere, some may have an extra snare somewhere, or an extra layered sound. And then as each part goes by, I would break it down by each bar. And it, for me, it just helps just in case I have to go back and do a remix to make a verse longer, make a verse shorter. Um, let's say, like I said, if coming into the eighth bar, the bass drops out, snare drops out. I just want to have it real easy to when I come back. All I have to do is just delete that and put a new one there. So sometimes I have verse one, which would sound like this, and then I'll make a copy of that if I had to, switch it up a little bit. And it just helps. It just makes things easier. Sometimes you have to put in a few more minutes when creating a song or the beat, just in case, just so you don't have to go back and do it again. That's all that is, and it has helped me a lot. So if you want to take advantage of that, I recommend any producer, if you already don't have a nice way or workflow of doing it, this is a good way to do it. And especially it's organized. Like you see, it just looks like a big staircase going down, then repeating the hook going down. So it makes it real easy for copy and pasting, editing, and keeps the workflow going. So you're not busy taking up all your time doing this instead of making that music, which is what we all here to do. So once again, like I said, that's two different beats using the same exact sample, same exact chops. And if you're creative, there's nothing you can't do. Don't worry about if you have all the latest plugins or not. Learn the ones that you have now, master them. There's no sense in having 30,000 sounds if you don't even know how to get to them, or if you're spending an hour scrolling through sounds, you're not going to want to make a beat anymore after that. So thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe to my channel. That's YouTube / Major Keys 1. You can, oh yeah, you can also purchase these beats at majorkeysbeats.com. Visit my SoundCloud at Major Keys Beats, Instagram Major Keys Beats, Twitter Major_Keys, and what else do we have? What other sites? I think I named them all. Oh, I have a Facebook page, Major Keys Beats. Just when you have your name out, try your best to always keep all of your social sites with the same name. It makes it easier to find. Or if someone just wanted to Google or find out who made that beat, go on Google, type Major Keys producer, and most of your stuff should pop up, and they should be able to contact you. So you never know who may be searching for you this very second and can't find you because your producer name is, for example, G Beats, and then your screen name on another site is Mike Johnson or whatever. How are they supposed to know? So just make it easier for yourself and make it easier for everybody else. And good luck with everything. I hope everyone is successful in what they do, and stay tuned for the next video. I just thought about this. I have at least 2 or 3 more sets of beats using the same exact technique. Getting a sample, using the same exact sample, same exact chops, just coming up with a beat completely different. To me, it's just fun, and like I said, it just helps you perfect your craft. So thank you for watching once again. Subscribe and stay tuned to the next video. All right, peace.